Da 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 da. Well. Why have I booted up this game again? Well, I'll tell you. It was probably one of the best things in the world. I've played something like between 500 and possibly up to 700 hours of this. And I think it is literally the best, maybe not just the best game, but maybe my favourite thing, you know, in terms of media, in terms of story, in terms of, you know, things that I like. I think I like it as much as, like, say, my favourite album or my favourite film. Actually, probably more than that. I've played countless hours of this. And yeah, I'm kind of sad because one of my best friends has said that he played about 10 hours of it and couldn't get into it. I'll tell you a little bit more about the reasons for that, which I think are valid reasons, but also kind of like perhaps missing the point. I'm just going to quickly boot up a brand new game of Elden Ring, because I thought, for you, this one's for you, Philip. I would play about an hour and then see how we would go. Now, I don't actually remember this happening at the beginning of the game. Yes, I do. It's been a while since I've played a brand new game of this. All these starter classes, man, like they really don't really matter that much. And to prove that, I am actually going to go as a wretch this time. It's probably not recommended for the first one, but it's worth having a look at these different levels. All of them start around level 9, well, between 5 and 10. The level, I don't think, is actually that important. What happens, these subclasses are quite important. Vigor, I believe, is like your HP, you know, your health. Mind is your magic level, as in how much magic you can use, your MP. Endurance is basically your stamina, so how many times you can, how far you can run, how many times you can swish your sword around without getting too tired. Your strength, that's pretty obvious. That's how well you can wield large weapons. Some weapons are better suited towards strength builds, some are better suited to dexterity builds, so maybe sort of lighter swords, more whippy weapons are good for dexterity. Strength is more for like great swords and stuff like that. Really depends on the kind of build that you want to do. Intelligence, that's a type of magic. So you've got two different types of magic in this game, intelligence and faith. Intelligence tends to be a blue color. You tend to shoot blue sparks from different wands and catalysts, whereas faith tends to be a more golden color, and intelligence tends to be a slightly more aggressive type of magic, whereas faith tends to be more about healing and stuff like that, but not necessarily. They have their, you know, a bit of both. They're just slightly different schools of magic, and they're different. They apply to different parts of the story as well. So yeah, and finally you've got arcane. Now, I've never actually done an arcane build. Arcane is yet another type of or school of magic, but it's a little more, how would I describe it? Yeah, it is a bit more arcane. It's a little bit more mysterious. And I've just got the window open because you might be able to hear a little bit of noise in the background because I'm drying some clothes, and because of that, my house is very warm, and so I'm going to open the window a little bit so you might be able to hear a bit of traffic outside. Hope that's okay. So, Philip, yes, I am actually going to choose. You've got all these different kinds of subclasses that you can choose. I think you said you chose a samurai, which is pretty cool fun. Looks like it's more I mean, it's better for melee weapons, which is kind of how you start out in the game. You will start more melee, and but this guy seems to have a bow. I've never played a samurai build before. Yeah, bows are weird in this game. I've heard of people using bows and stuff, which is pretty cool. And doing all bow builds, but I don't know. I never really got the hang of bows. I tend to use other kinds of magic. This guy, the prophet, looks like he's more faith-based. You get yeah, this actually shows, you can see down the bottom, you've got different different items that you get starting with, whereas I'm just gonna start out as a wretch who actually is a bit of an all-rounder, as you can see with all the stats. Everything is on 10, so nothing's good or bad, but you actually start out naked as the day we were born, and all you get is a club and whatever that thing is, that grace thing. So yeah, I can see why people prefer a vagabond, but anyway, I shall stop this. I will get on it. I like the way that you choose a body type, type A, type B. They don't call it man or woman. That's kind of cute. I like to play as a woman, and I'm going to put my name in. I may skip this character creation part just because you've done all this. I might skip parts of this for the video if I can edit it. I'm going to call myself, I don't know. I'll just call myself Charlie. Why not? Who cares? You've done all this character creation stuff. It is quite good fun to be able to make yourself a different age and things like that. I'll just be a and you get to choose a keepsake. Now this is where the slightly weird side of these games. In every Souls game, you do get to pick a keepsake, and there's always one that's completely useless, others that are kind of semi-useful, and ones that are actually really useful. I don't think you want the Shabriri's Woe. That would be kind of mad if you wanted that one. That actually attracts enemies' aggression. It's not going to help you very much. The boiled prawn, not really that useful. I mean, it gives you a little bit of physical damage negation, but it's a digestible item. You can only use it once. The bewitching branch, 5 sacred branches charged with beguiling power, said to originate from the demigod Mikola. That's interesting. Mikola doesn't appear a lot in the base game, but does appear much later. And I've kind of forgotten what the bewitching branch actually does, so maybe not that useful. You could use one of these. This will help you level up. This is quite useful. Increases your maximum HP. Quite useful, and you can just carry it around with you and equip it. It's pretty good. The Fanged Imp Ashes, quite useful, but not really that useful because you get them later. You'll basically get all these pretty quickly in the game anyway, so it's not that, it's not that. Oh yeah, I haven't played this in a while. I think the best thing you could start with is the Stone Sword Key, because that lets you into the Stone Sword keys are like keys to get into secret areas, and having a bunch of them is always useful, so I'm going to go with that one. Choose my base template, detailed appearance. I'm just not going to do it. Hang on, what do I want? Let's just pick one of these random ones. Oh, I don't know. I'll just stick with my warrior. I'm not going to muck around too much with this, just for the sake of the video. So the idea, really, I thought, Philip, is that I would play about an hour of this game, maybe more, and send it to you and tell you why I like it and why maybe some of your misgivings were perhaps correct, but kind of part of the game. Now, I really like this intro. I think it really makes me laugh. The game isn't funny, no. No, it's not a funny game. But the intro, if you watch it very carefully, you wouldn't really know what it's all about. It's quite deliberately obfuscated. And, yeah, anyone coming into this would just be like, this just sounds like any old gobbledygook. I think George R.R. Martin, who did Game of Thrones, had some hand in writing the story. I don't know how much. Apparently, he wrote a short story, and the FromSoft company, Hidetaka Miyazaki, who also made the Dark Souls games and Bloodborne, sort of took it and ran with it and made a game out of it.
Godwyn the Golden was first to perish.
But this gives a lot of backstory, and really, like, yeah, first time you watch it, you're just like, I don't know what this is all about, don't know who these people are. But later on, you might be tempted to, you know, if you play the game, go back and watch this, because it all starts making sense. All these different characters and some of the details in these pictures suddenly start to make sense. It really is a game where that is told in quanta, that's told through I suppose your environment, through the things that you observe on your way and the items that you pick up. There are a couple of really funny bits in this intro that I don't know if they're meant to be funny or not.
By the greater will.
The greater will.
Oh, rise now, ye
tarnished.
Ye dead, who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all.
Have they said the bit about the mad taint? That made me laugh quite a lot.
Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands. The ever-brilliant Gold Mask.
The ever-brilliant Gold Mask.
The deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater.
The loathsome dung-eater.
And Sir Gideon Othniel.
The all-knowing. I mean, that is kind of funny, isn't it? No, not funny. Okay. Well, look, here we are. This is the start of Elden Ring, and you've played this bit. It's kind of so. Just so you know, Elden Ring.
And one other.
Ooh, hang on a minute.
Whom grace would again bless.
Elden Ring is the latest in a series of games made by this company. They've been kind of making games a bit like this for ages, but officially the first one was kind of Demon Souls, then they made Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 3, and then they made this one.
Before the Elden Ring.
And Elden Ring is unique in that it is an open world, unlike the other games, which are not really open world. They're a little bit more linear. Yeah, you don't. And so, I mean, this is a cult series of games, a cult series where you. Oh look, because I bought the DLC, I get the Ring of Miquella at the start of the game, which is a gesture, and you get another gesture called the Ring, which is very exciting. These messages on the ground, you will get them. You'll get more if you play online. It's definitely recommended that you play online. Elden Ring. So someone has done that with a little gesture there. It's quite cool. You can do these gestures. Let me just see how you do that. It's been a little while since I did them. I tend to remove all these because I have a terrible habit of switching them on purpose, but it is quite fun to do a gesture. No, that's not it. How do I do a gesture? Oh, there's a map. With the map menu, you can check. It's been a while since I played this, as I say. I've been going back and playing the Dark Souls games, so it's really fun to see where this game came from and just what the influences were and what they've developed. With the map, you can check your current position and terrain and all that jazz. Yes, I know what a map is. Thank you. So at the moment, the map's pretty empty. There's nothing going on. So I shall come out of that. I've forgotten how you leave messages. Maybe I can't do it yet. So when I talk about environmental storytelling. This is what I mean. You start here. You don't know what you're doing. I'm actually going to two-hand my club by pressing the triangle button. I don't know what... No, actually, that's not the right... how do I do that? Oh, just smash things. I've got to get... I've forgotten what all my buttons are. Oh, what was that? That was cool. Look at that. I haven't done that before. Oh, yeah, it's been a while since I played this game. Is it that? Nope. No. 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 Yeah, buttons can be a bit complicated, can't they? So, Philip, you're in this room. You wouldn't know this. You're just like, what is this? It's dark. It's pretty miserable. There's a couple of chairs here. There's someone's left a message. Vigor? I don't know what that means. And there's a dead maiden here with something coming out of her, which is an item, and I'm going to collect it. That's the tarnished wizened finger, or wizened finger. Okay, so we would normally think, okay, right, well, I'll get on with that. But what I encourage anyone who's playing the game to do is to go into your inventory and have a look at it. Yeah, all right, yeah. Okay, so you can actually sort these into things like the order of the acquisition, the item type, order of number held. You can skip over to different kinds of inventory. I've got that stone stored key that I picked up, used to break one imp statue seal, and just scroll along like that. I've got this club, which is my only weapon, and I can read a little bit about it. Pressing the square. A thick, solid lump of wood. Wielding this striking weapon requires no skill. A simple, primitive weapon that requires only brute strength and persistence to hammer your foe into the ground. Oh, and it comes with a special skill, which is the barbaric roar, which is what I did earlier. Let loose a bestial roar to rally the spirit and increase attack power, while active strong attacks changed savage combo attacks. So it's pretty cool. That's like its special move. I don't have very much else in my inventory really. That's it. That is literally it. That's everything I've got. I've got my tarnished wizened finger, my stone sword key, my club, and something called a memory of grace. Memory of first grace, which once guided bygone tarnished to the lands between. Tarnished are the people who I am, and the lands between is where I am. Lose all runes and return to the last site of great visited. This all makes sense in a bit. It is merely a cycle. Great. Okay, so, but one thing I would do is when you pick up a new item or a new weapon, it's always worth going into the inventory and reading the reading this. Item for online play can only be used from the messages menu. So use this to write messages. You saw there was messages on the ground, and I can, yes, there will be messages all about the place. Now, I don't know if you remember, Phil. Sorry, excuse me. Oh God. Sorry. It's the season for the sneezing at the moment. Later on, when you played, you spoke to a nice man called Vare, who called you Maidenless. There's a little theory to say that this might be your maiden, and she was slaughtered. But that's just conjecture. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Either way, I'm going to leave this place because it's not very nice. And come out here. So for now, I mean, one of the great things about the game is it's always worth having a look around. I don't think there's anything back here, but you never know. You never know. There's always, like, very often there's... that's how you two-hand your weapon. So you can either one-hand your weapon or two-hand it. You hold down triangle and you hit the R1 button. You can see there's a guy. That's somebody who came here before me. One of the cool things about this game is you can jump, which you couldn't do in the Dark Souls games. Two-handing your weapon just gives it a little bit more oomph, a bit more attack, but it means that you can't use it. Use two things. You can't use like a shield. What was that? Heard a little noise. Must apologise, I'm a little bit sneezy. Oh! Touch the bloodstain, read the message. Cemetery ahead. So there you can see people who died, people in red died, and sometimes you can see little ghosts of people running around as well. Now later on, I'll get to go to that castle. That castle is Castle Stormvale, but we don't know that yet. And we can also see the famous Erd tree, which is pretty cool. What I love about this game is that if you can see it, it very often sends you onto these vistas, and you just think, well, that's just a castle, that's just for decoration. No, it's not. You will be able to go to every single one of those turrets, every single one of those towers, even that thing over there, that kind of viaduct or aqueduct. I don't know what's the difference. Is it viaduct or aqueduct? Even though, if you can see that in the distance, you'll be able to go there later on, and I think that is wicked, because that is pure exploration for me. That makes me very, very excited when I can see that. Can I get through there? The door is blocked shut. No. Denied. But maybe we'll be able to go back there later on. Who knows? Yes. You start off with nothing. You start off not knowing anything. It is true. But the reward is finding out how to get to the places where you can go. You can read this. Behold, beating to a pulp. Now, as you probably have guessed, it's traditional in these games, in these Dark Souls games, to kind of put the boot into you. You will die. You will die and die and die again. It is part of the game. It is part of it. I always love to go around and see if there's anything cool or secret around here, but I'm wasting time because I know there isn't. You just never know. The whole almost every single one of these games starts with at least one enemy who is almost impossible to beat because you're extremely underleveled. But it's always worth trying, so let's give it a go. And whoa! Okay now. Right. No. Oh. Yeah. Whoop. Whoop. I know some people do manage to beat him, but look, I'm already pretty much. I haven't got any power left, so what? Oh. Well, I gave it a good go. You're not meant to beat him. Okay. So that's just the first thing you learn in this game is that you will die. It's just part of it. The second thing you do learn, and I will say, Phil, you are right. Everything hates you, but there are some cool NPCs in here who don't hate you. It just starts a bit like that, and that's the way it is. I'm just trying to find your email.
Torrent.
And she's nice.
Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Does violate the Golden Order. I'm gonna actually skip through some of the. Maybe shall I skip through some of the tutorial? Maybe I shall. I don't know, but I do love this. You know, you think you died, and you're kind of not. You're alive. It deliberately kills you. I'm just having a look now at some of the things you said you weren't too sure about the game. Like a little bit of levity, sunshine, and nonsense. Well, that's just for babies. It is a gloomy game. You died. I mean, that is the point. I mean, that's the point. It is a little bit fun. It's a bit silly in the fact that it tells you, you know, you don't. It's not an no. It's not an RPG. You don't really get to choose whether you're this kind of person or that kind of person. But there are you know, different choices to be made. I've played it so many times, and I've played differently each time. Different builds you can do. You know, you can decide whether you're going to use mostly magic, whether you're going to use mostly melee. Eventually, you get so powerful you can use everything, which is really fun. Yes, so yes, you are free to roam a huge, depressing world where everyone hates you. I agree with you. These two flasks are very cool. What I like to do, and this is a pro tip, is to assign these to. So what I tend to do is assign that one to my flask of Crimson Tears. This one, no, hang on, this one to the flask of Cerulean Tears. So now, and I don't really think I need that. I don't really ever use that. It's just very pointless. Lose all runes, return to last sight of grace. I'm just gonna, I just want to get rid of it. I don't want it. See, so for now, and later on I can put other items. I could put my wizened finger or something like that. Here we go. Oh, the Cave of Knowledge. It didn't used to come up and tell you that the Cave of Knowledge existed. The Cave of Knowledge is literally a tutorial. I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't really feel like it. I know how to play the game. But right here, this little tree is very cool. Oh, normally you get an item there. Right, let's run through. Let's skip the tutorial and get stuck in. Let's open this up. Let's come through. Pretty dark and miserable, I will give you that, yes. And we've reached our very first site of grace. Sites of grace are kind of your you know, as you know, your sort of like game save area, but they also serve other purposes. You can level up with your site of grace. Not yet. You can memorize spells. We don't really have any spells to memorize, nothing yet. So all this kind of stuff. Flasks, we can't do anything yet. Not enough golden seeds. Might have been useful to have had a golden seed at the start. So we can't really do anything here. We can pass time, which pointless really at this stage. You know my stone sword key that I had? I could use it here, but actually this area is very, very difficult. It's not a linear game. You're not supposed to do things in the order you come to them. You're supposed to try things, and then if you can't do it, then you bounce off it, then you try somewhere else. I'm going to pillage this remains. Cooperative multiplayer. I don't really do a lot of cooperative multiplayer. It's not really my thing. I don't really like. I really can't be arsed with it, really. But you know, if you want to do online play, go ahead, knock yourself out. I like the elevators in these games. Sometimes you end up with like a hidden room under the elevator, which is always fun. I don't think there is one there. And they're pretty epic. They go up and up and up and up and up and up. Just go up. Get up here. And finally, we're out in the open. And I think this is just epic because after having been trapped underground, you're just now looking out on here. Do you want to know something really fun? You know that area we were in earlier on? Do you remember we were looking at a castle from there in the distance? That's the castle. So technically, I want to see this. Can I see? Yes. I think... So there, where I'm just looking at, sort of just just here where my head is, that's the little chapel that we came out of and fought that sort of crab monster. Woo! I can jump, yay! And I can do this. And you can lock onto things. You can kill eagles. I don't think this is grim at all. I think it's quite lovely. It's quite beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful thing. One of the more, up until, you know, Elden Ring. FromSoft hadn't really done much with beauty. It was literally just crawling around in dungeons. So this is quite, you know, have little animals hopping around. Sunlight in every corner of the lands. You'll find fruits and flowers. Man, when I first got this game, it did not tell you all this stuff, so it's quite nice. And as I say, we can go to absolutely everywhere. We can go down there. We'll be able to go everywhere. It's a huge, huge world. And that is daunting at first, but don't let it daunt you. Because, yes, 10 hours might feel like a long time. I've played it for quite a bit longer than that. And let's see what else we've got around here. Let's grab this item. What's this? It's a summoning pool. In each area you'll find effigies of martyrs. The effigies are summoning pools. You'll find it easy to summon other players at these locations as co-op and hostile. So these games do push co-op quite a lot, and I'm not really that into it. But sometimes you might want help. And we've got another site of grace, so let's do that. This means that we can look at our map. Yeah, the grace exists to guide the tarnish and lead them along the proper path. Even now, some sets of grace retain that power. Their golden rays will guide you along the way. So it gives you an idea of where to go. But I wouldn't say it's to be fully trusted. A big part of this is the moral ambiguity. Is the golden grace really a good thing? Is it on your side or is it not? When you rest at the grace, also it recharges your power, your flasks, all that kind of good stuff. But we'll go into that in a minute. Oh, the map. Use your map. We just did. Thank you. I like the fact that, yeah, they've added a little bit more tutorial. When this first came out, there was literally no information on what you were meant to do. And let's speak to Vare, our old mate. Hello, Vare.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
I mean, this guy is funny. Come on. I know it's not like a funny game. It's not a funny game. But it has got humour. I'm a bit confused about what you said about it lacks humour or incentive. If you explore, nothing funny happens. You just end up dead. Well, I mean, it's not a comedy, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's not comedy. It's not supposed to be like... And most games, if you explore, you will end up dead, although you do end up dead quite a lot in this. Yeah.
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the Maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished.
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
And a big thing about these games is that
guidance will reveal
the people
path
do
forward,
talk in
most
riddles.
Certainly. To Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff.
That's Castle
The
Stormvale.
home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted.
I mean, he is literally a dungeon master. Godric the Grafted at Castle Stormvale.
It's time you set off, I should think. To Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where grace would guide you. If you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
And finally...
It's time you set off, I should castles if you...
Okay. I thought he normally gives you a little item or something. Oh, look, there's a really cool guy over there who gives you a cool weapon if you go and talk to him. And that, and as you know, if you've played this game for more than 5 minutes, then you will know... Just pick up some things. You will know that you do not want to go and talk to him at this stage in the game, because he is a very dangerous bad guy. So instead I'm going to avoid him. I'm going to try not to aggro him. I mean, he might aggro me. He's quite close. It's always a good idea to pick up lots of items on your way. Do some running around. Da, 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 da. Jump, jump, jump. Oof. I like the music. It's quite peaceful music. And we're going to go to the church here. Which I hope he doesn't aggro when... Nah, he's alright. He's leaving me alone. The golden rune! Roar! Okay, let's go through here. We're in the Church of Ella. This is a really important area. It becomes more important later on. Fast travel to sites of grace. Yes, we can. We can travel here. So this is our maps. And we can go to any of these areas. Very nice. And there's another item here as well. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I didn't know there was a smithing table here. Ah. I swear they add things to this game, because I don't remember there ever being a smithing table here, but never mind. I could strengthen the armament, but what I need are smithing stones, and I need more runes. And at the moment, I don't think I've got enough. I think I've only got like 5 runes or something like that. I'd have to go around killing a few people and getting their runes. Or souls, as they're often called. Now, let's have a chat with this guy.
You're a tarnished. I can see it. But I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
Okay, so,
I am of selling wares as the land has been tainted by it's only tarnished like yourself. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
These guys have an amazing backstory that only comes through much later on, and in fact they cut out a lot of it. If you go on YouTube and look up the story of the merchants in Elden Ring. There's a guy called Vati Vidya who does all these amazing lore stories, and he's gone into all the cut content and everything to tell you the story about these guys. It's almost like they're like a nomadic peoples who got displaced, kind of like the Jews, I suppose. But it's quite interesting.
You know, if you can, you should buy yourself a crafting essential ring. The kit costs about the important.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I can't really buy anything from the shop at the moment. I don't have the runes, but there's loads of useful stuff in here. Definitely worth getting a telescope. Definitely worth getting a crafting kit. Excuse me. Oh god. Excuse me. Gosh, maybe the wrong day to do a video. Right, okay. Well, I shall leave.
Bye for now.
Never kill them. Never kill any of the NPCs. They're goodies. Anyone who doesn't attack you. If you are worried about whether someone is an NPC or not. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, here's a bit of stuff that you can do. Something I don't think they did enough of in this game was sneaking about. It is something it teaches you really early on, is to sneak up on people and stab them in the back like that. It's quite fun to go around killing grunts like that. Yes, I finally got a good weapon. Let's hide in this grass and have a look at my weapons. Yeah, the menus are a bit complicated. They are complicated, but you get used to it. This weapon's a lot better. You can see it's got better physicality. If it basically goes up and it's blue, then it's good. So it's better in nearly every way. The only thing is attribute scaling, which is a bit complicated to understand. Basically, it means that it will get better if you've got high strength and high dexterity. So yeah, it's a better weapon than my club. I did enjoy my club, but I'm going to switch to a sword, and already I'm a stronger woman for it. Let's kill a few more grunts, get a few more souls, get a few more things to upgrade. I'm going to sneak behind this guy again. He's never going to know where it came from. Lock onto him using R3, sneak behind him and stab! Get off my sword! Yeah, you heard. And pillage his remains. I got some nice knives there, some cookery knives. It's always good to lock on, constantly pressing your R3 as you go, especially in darker areas. He won't be able to see me. I can just sneak up behind. Ooh. And yeah. So you do that by sneaking up behind them and then holding down the R1 and you just kind of give them a surprise stab attack. There's some poop here. Oh, no, that's not poop. That's roots resin. Roots. And I stab you. Lovely stuff. We like that. Right. We're actually accumulating more and more runes. Runes are also known as souls because they're called souls in the Dark Souls games. And in a minute I'm going to go and fight my first mini boss, who I believe is in a cave around here somewhere. Now, I did find it really challenging to fight the boss, but this boss to start with. But hopefully I'm gonna beat him first time now, because I've played the game lots of times. Here we go. Found my grace. do that. And one of the troubles we will have is seeing in front of us. We should be okay. What I'm doing here is I'm just blocking, and I can see there's an enemy there. Because I've locked on using R3. Now I've just got to be very careful because they probably will see me before I see them. Oh, I can see a dog there. I can see a dog there. Has he seen me? Oh, he's seen me. Come on then. Come on then. No, no. Where's he going? Oh, hello. There we go. Oh, another one. No, there we go. Another one. Hello. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, that's the mummy one, I think. Oh, I died. But that's part of the game. You die. It's what happens. And when you're as underleveled as I am, that is going to happen. Upon dying, you will be revived. At the last sight of grace, you will drop your runes. Oh. I was hoping. Let's try that again. Now, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Now, I died there. It was a bit difficult. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see that. So I'm going to just collect my runes here. Retrieve my runes. I'm going to run back out of this, if I can find it. Run back out of this. Am I going the right way? Here we go. Run back out. I'm going to kill maybe a couple more grunts so that I can collect a few more things. Oh, there might be a few more bits that I can collect because I had a little bit of a hard time with those wolves. They're a little bit tricky, especially when I'm basically not leveled up at all. And I'm gonna go back to that church, see if I can maybe buy. Where was that church? Is that the church? Is that the church where I was? Yes, it is. Just gonna do this. I mean, I could have just zipped over to the church. I shall do that in a minute. Maybe he'll have something that will help me.
Wait, weren't you? Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Yeah, sure. Purchase. Maybe a torch might be useful for me. You can buy a lamp later on. That really helps. Yeah, all this stuff I'll probably need at some point. The crafting kit, but I haven't got that much money. So maybe I'll buy the torch. Yeah, and I tell you what, let's buy the crafting kit as well, and that will help us along our journey as well.
I'm glad you took my warning to heart. You've made an excellent choice.
Cool. If you have a crafting kit, you can make various items from materials that you find. Set item crafting from the main menu to make items. Now, oh, hang on, you will need cracked pots or other containers to craft certain items. Okay, it doesn't normally do all this tutorial stuff. Well, when I first got the game, it didn't tell you anything. Oh, I can start dressing myself a little bit. That's nice. Let's wear this helmet at least, and then I'm going around with a helmet. Can't really wear anything else. No. I don't have a shield or anything. But I'm going to wear this in my left hand, and that means I can We can go around with this torch. A torch that never runs out, I believe. And I can go back to my cave. Da, 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 da. Right, this should help me. At least I'll be able to see a bit better. With my crappy... Right, come on, have at thee. We can at least see a little bit better, can't we? And some stuff, there might be a better method now that we can see where we're going. Woo! Hey, come on, doggy. I ain't afraid of you. I can even... Oh my god, I'm getting mobbed. Okay. Now, you saw I just... I've got no way to defend myself, so... Oh, there's a lot of dogs here. There's a lot of wolves. And one more, I think. And a little one. There we go. Just collect this item. What's that? A cracked pot. I never really got into using the pots. Not really into them. Maybe we'll use them for fun. The thin beast bones are good if you're doing a arrows build, and right, we can get these thin beast bones. Yeah, you can build bows and arrows out of them. It's quite useful. Lump of flesh. I don't think there's any other enemies around. A glowstone. Oh, some more stuff here. Ah, golden runes, always useful. And a silver firefly. We can have a look in our inventory. It's always good to check your inventory. Have a little look through, look-see. You can organise these. That's a little bit of a better view. So, Flask of Crimson Tears, that restores your HP. Cookery knives, you can throw. A glowstone, not that useful. These golden runes just give you runes so you can level up, but that's a bit later on. And all these fingers are for online play. So, what else did I get? I thought I got a pot of some sort. No? Yeah. So these are all different crafting items. You can definitely craft arrows from the thin beast bones. That's quite useful. A smithing stone helps you reinforce your armaments. And we've got a crafting kit as well, which is quite useful. We might even be able to level up our I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can... Yes. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, I can craft things. I can craft some darts. Nothing exciting, though. I can craft fire pots. But I don't think they'll be that useful. I need some smouldering butterflies. I don't have those. And mushrooms. So that's fine. But I might be able to level up some other stuff, but I don't want to have to kill those wolves again. That's a pain in the arse. Now there's a bit of story here. There's a dead guy there. He was obviously maybe these were his wolves, maybe not. I definitely want to get a little bit more energy before I go in and try and kill this boss. So in a moment I'm going to fight my first mini boss. It's always a little bit daunting. I think I'm going to twin hand this. I don't think I'm going to win against him. I'm not feeling particularly... yeah, it's been a while since I played the game. But let's see what happens. Okay. Oh! Oh, he's tough. Oh no, that was bad. Okay. Oh dear. Will I beat him? Ah, I did it. Now I've got 5 minutes left on my recording. So there we go. You get a pretty cool talisman there. And you get a whole bunch of runes you can see in the right hand corner. I'm going to equip my talisman, as that will give me, that is really, really useful to have. Now the talisman, yes, boosts fire damage negotiation. Now that negation, sorry, I should say. And there we go. That's the first boss killed, and really cool. Within the first hour, there we go, of the game. And yeah, he's a toughie, but he's not that tough. You can kill him with just a shitty sword. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to go and actually just rest here again. And I think yeah, just leave. I'm going to go and just, so enemies always respawn after you rest, but that's all right. And the more runes you have, the better. Having these runes is really great. Pick up some of that. You don't want to kill these turtles. Why? Because they're cute. Hello, mister. I'll pick up the gold tinged excrement though. When do I get a horse? I've forgotten. You get it eventually, but for now I'm just going to relax at the Church of Ella, and then I'm going to speak to this guy.
Well, you're back.
Yes, let's purchase. Oh, I always like to get the telescope. It's always really nice to get that. And get some bits from my crafting. What do I want to know? Holy water pots, meats. I don't know. Maybe having a shield would be useful, or some gauntlets, or a chain coif. So, yeah. I'm not really too into parrying and stuff. I'm trying to get into it, but don't know. Not sure. Leggings made of woven chain. Ah, well, they'll be quite useful. And these are like tips you can buy. So, what would I like? I feel like I need to buy some boots with
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nice.
Yeah, shut up. No, I'm gonna wear those. So I put those on my legs, chain leggings, and now I'm going around in pants and a helmet. It's not the coolest. Can I use this? Strength and armament? Oh, I shouldn't have used my... Oh, right, cool. Well, what I can do... Actually, to show you this film before I run out of... I can actually use my... These. These just give you... do that again, sorry, so you can see. They give you runes, which are your like power-up stuff. And you will lose your runes if you die, but you can go and pick them up later on. Strength and armament. No, still won't let me. Oh, because I need more smithing stones. No, but can I not level that? Can I not? Yeah, I want to. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh no, yeah, I can't. I need another smithing stone. I'll need to get that from somewhere. Yes, my first hour of Elden Ring is done, but I absolutely love this game, Phil. If you ever feel like buying it again, I would recommend it, because yeah, it's hard to start with. It is quite hard. I mean, even these sheep try and kill you sometimes, but then you try and kill them, and when you get good at it, it's really good. It opens itself out. It's got an amazing story, which only reveals itself after a while. So you can go there, you can use your telescope, and yeah, just think it's great. Okay, I'm going to use the telescope. You can go over there later. You can go so far.